Losing your job might feel like the end of the world, but here's the twist. Getting laid off can actually be good for your career. In this video, I'll show you how to bounce back quickly, avoid employment gaps, and get your career even to a higher level than it was before you were laid off. So let's talk about how to turn this setback into a huge career success story. Now, layoffs happen even to the best of us, so remember, you are not alone. Now, I want to make this a conversation, so please comment down below yes or no if you've ever been laid off, and if you're comfortable sharing, we'd love to know how long it took you to get back on your feet. Speaking of layoff success stories, I recently recorded an episode of my podcast where I spoke to a good friend of mine who has been laid off 6 times, and every single time he got laid off, he came back stronger, and he's been able to really elevate his career using these layoffs as a jumping off point. So I've linked to that podcast episode down in the description below. Check it out when you're done here. So today I'm going to break down the top 4 steps you need to follow if you are laid off. These steps are going to help you to bounce back and secure a new job quickly, and even possibly double up on our salary by getting that new job before our severance from our previous job runs out. Let's dive in now. So here's the plan. We're going to process the bad news, as we will need to. Then we're going to share this news strategically within our network. I'll explain how to do that in a moment. Then we're going to look for something short-term to fill the gap in our experience, help us get back on our feet, and then we will track our course towards our dream job so we can use this layoff to our advantage. So first off, getting laid off sucks, and we're gonna need to allow ourselves some time to process this. It's a sad moment, could be a huge letdown. So do whatever you have to do over the first 24 hours after you get the news. Watch some comfort shows, eat some comfort food, talk it through with your loved ones. Just don't post about it on social media. We're gonna talk about how to use that to our advantage in a moment. For now, it's just time to wallow. Now, once you've given yourself 24 to 48 hours to just process this information and be sad, it's time to take action. The first thing we're gonna do is make a post on our social media. Usually LinkedIn, maybe an Instagram story, and possibly even Facebook if you're still there. And we might share something like this, announcing the layoff. I'll let you read this on your own, but essentially what we're trying to do here is just let them know that we are, of course, disappointed we were laid off, but now we are looking for some help to get ourselves back into the industry. And this is going to activate a lot of your network to reach out to you with opportunities, or at least keep you in mind as they are moving forward in case anything does come up. Now, if you're finding this video helpful, please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you don't miss out on any of my awesome job search content that's coming out around resume writing, cover letters, interviews, LinkedIn, everything you need to land a great new job. We've got you covered right here. Now, let's talk about bridging the gap between the job we just had and our next job so we don't have gaps on our resume. And by the way, I have to say, 3 to 6 months is not going to bother any recruiter if you do need to take some time off, or it does take you some time to find a new job. But let's talk about how we can stay busy, maybe make a little extra money, and continue to advance our skill set while we're job searching. Now at this point, we're going to reach out to any of our entrepreneurial friends or family members and just see if they need our help. So as you can see, we're being very complimentary of their business, we're telling them our situation, that we've been laid off, and then we're just offering support with whatever skills we have with no real pressure, and we're certainly not demanding a payday. This is a great way to have some part-time work just to keep things moving, and it's also a nice insurance policy on our end. In case it does take us a while to find a new job, we can at least have this experience to fill that hole in our resume. Next, let's start talking about how we can get our next great dream job. Now, if no one has reached out to you yet based on your initial social media post about being laid off, we have a couple of options. First, what we're going to do is we're going to connect with people who work at companies we'd like to work for. Now, we'll search up those companies on LinkedIn. I recommend coming up with a list of 3 to 5 target companies. And when you search the company, use the people filter. You'll see a bunch of people who work at that company, and it'll even show you who you have in terms of connections in common with those people. And that is who I recommend you reach out to. Here's a message to send those folks. I've always admired company name and noticed your impressive career there. Would you be open to a quick 10-minute chat? I'd love to learn more about your experience and hear your insights working at that company. Now, it might take a few tries to pull this off, but once you land a conversation, ask this person for referrals, to others in the company. This is one of the fastest ways to build connections and land a role in a company that you love. Now, bouncing back from a layoff can seem daunting, but remember, you can do this. Now, one of the biggest things we need in order to bounce back effectively, of course, is a stellar resume. So I recommend you check out my free resume writing course here on YouTube. I'll see you over there.